We're seeing the biggest incentives and biggest discounts on new construction we've ever seen starting in 2024. Builders are ending their year, they're trying to close out communities like this one, and when they're doing that, they have stuck these huge incentives on these houses so they can move. They're trying to get rid of inventory this year, so right now in February 2024 is going to be one of the best times for you to catch some of these incentives to help you with closing costs, with down payments, and with financing. So we're going to go through all of these different incentives, different communities that they're being offered in, and we're going to talk a little bit about what's going on with the resale market, because some of these communities don't have incentives, but they have resales right now, and they have pool homes, which has been something that has been really difficult to find. So don't go anywhere. By the way, before we get started, don't forget to hit that subscribe button, ring that notification bell so you don't miss any of our real estate tips and tours. Really appreciate it, and it really helps the channel grow. Now, with that being said, if you notice behind me, when we're getting into these different communities, incentives are much different. So right now we're in Palm Beach County. The homes behind me are obviously large. They start somewhere in the millions. And these incentives are some of the largest, $100,000, $200,000 incentives. Some of these homes in Palm Beach County have pool incentives, screen enclosure incentives. It's a vast array of where they are in the building process of what the incentives will be. But I can tell you a lot of these communities in Palm Beach County are trying to close out to open up new communities, and that's also happening in the Treasure Coast. So when you find the end of the year coming like we are right now in February 24, what's happening is builders are closing out their year and they're trying to hit their numbers. And then also, as I said before, they're trying to get rid of inventory that's left over from last year and try to close out some of these communities. So these incentives right now are the biggest that we have ever seen. In some communities where homes are $400,000 and $500,000, they've got $30,000 on those homes. In the 55 and over communities, incentives are running up to $90,000 in Port St. Lucie. Incentives, as I said, with other builders on the higher end, they're giving away pools and screen enclosures. They're also offering discounts and incentives on those homes. So depending on where we are, the incentives are going to be different. So what kind of incentives are there? Well, they vary. Some of the incentives are flex cash, meaning that they'll give you $80,000, $90,000 and you split that up on, some of it can go to your closing costs so you can get your closing costs paid. Some of it can go to reducing the price of the house. Other builders are just going after the price of the house and then giving you a 3 to 5% closing fee if you use their lender. Then other builders are just doing a pool and a screen enclosure, and those pools and screen enclosures are priced somewhere around $200,000, $250,000 and giving you that pool and screen enclosure for free. So another good incentive is a rate buy down. Some of these builders are offering now rate buy downs. Instead of giving you the cash, they'll give you a rate buy down if that's what you choose. So you have to read the fine print on these things, and you have to have excellent credit, obviously, but those rate buy downs are there if you want them. Another great way of using these incentives if you don't have enough on the closing costs. So for example, you have the down payment saved, but you need that 3.5%, 4% closing cost to buy that new construction home. And these incentives can help you get that done. We've done that many times with the incentives over the last few months, but we've never seen them this big. So not only are you going to be able to cover that closing cost, in a lot of cases you're going to be able to reduce the price of the home too. So you might even be able to use those incentives to do a rate buy down until rates actually drop so that you can make it a little easier on your pocketbook to purchase that home. Another way that we've been able to help people with these incentives is someone that has credit issues. So even though you might have some credit issues and the builder turns you down, we have secondary lenders that those builders use that you can move over, and they can help you get that loan done and use those incentives to help offset some of that extra cost you would have if your credit isn't exactly where it needs to be for the builder's preferred lender. So with that being said, let's talk a little bit about what's happening with resale market. So when you find communities where there aren't a lot of spec homes or inventory homes, in these communities right now, there are resales. and the resales are priced under what you could build the home for right now, and there's more of them than we've seen for a while. So resales are not out of the picture. A lot of these homes have been barely lived in or been taken really, really good care of. So it's like moving into a new home. And we found here lately that they're a good buy and that sellers are willing to negotiate. Now, with that being said, don't know how long this is going to last, folks. We're in February 2024. These incentives are here right now. These resales are here right now. But as we move into the year and the market picks up and rates begin to go down, I can't tell you where we will be as far as inventory and incentives. I will tell you though, some of these builders are close to selling out these communities and other builders are close to their end of the year. So I would say by summer, then we're gonna see the incentives begin to dissipate and go away. And don't forget, right now we have some inventory, but we're still very, very low here in the state of Florida, especially in Palm Beach County and the Treasure Coast. So if you have any questions or comments, you can leave that in the comment section below. We answer all your comments and your questions, and we love to hear from you. And if you are looking for a home anywhere in Palm Beach County or the Treasure Coast, we'd love to be your agent. We can help you find the right home with the right incentives, the right discounts that fit your budget and your needs. And if you would like to learn more about the new construction market here in Palm Beach County and the Treasure Coast, you can do that right there in that video. Be kind to each other, and I'll see you in the next video.